Welcome on guys back, my name is Senki from Slots, and today, finally with a new set in the field, BT11, we have a new video, a tier list. So I have my thoughts, watching a lot of videos, play testing a little bit of stuff, and watch my friends playing it with their whole potential, giving me expressions of what they thinking about. I have completed a new meta tier list for you guys. But first, right, left, hit out the thumbs up button for more awesome content and subscribe for free, because we are nearly on 1,400 subscribers. I will be pretty happy about it if we hit it this or next month. And we're going now to the wheel because we have a giveaway from the last two videos. And let's see where wins the 5 boosters. I give out BT11, of course, and 2 memory gauges. Let's go. Okay guys, now we're here for the spin the wheel, where it's getting the giveaway, the 5 packs from BT11 and the 2 memory gauges. Special thanks for the ones to commentating on my 2 years video. They have a double upgrade chance, and let's see where wins the packs and the memory gauge. Good luck to all. And it is Svetomir Chef, long time sub. Congratulations, brother. Long time subs commentating all my videos and for the rhythm and stuff like that. Pretty hype supporter, and I'm happy that he's having now fun with BT11 and memory gauges. Good luck, brother, for the pulls. Okay, we are now at the meta tier list, and I have some few decks for you guys, some new decks, some old decks, and we start first with the Mummy. We're getting a new Lady Devi, a new Woman from the new sets, and as a new Tamer, Mirai Mikagura. I show you guys in a second. Start of your turn, game on memory, and one of your Digimon is Woman or Lady Devi. If you have one of your Tamer Digimon in play, by suspending this Tamer, you might play one Woman Lady Devimon, so you can playing faster Digimon out with more effects and can go faster in your Mastermon combo. And right now we're having huge stack meta, so the grade is as well a hell of a card and hell strong. So I think it's not like tier 1, but I think it's near tier 1, a good contender to contest some decks, but always in the meta you have some counters as well as going forward. For Alphamon, still hitting some tops in the EX0 meta, but sadly not getting much support. BT13 support is coming. I think it's still playable. You can play, but the hits of the WarGreymon as one for not having enough of security checking things is pretty hard. Then we have Venusmon getting the starter deck, but that's not out right now when the meta comes out and when you play for the championship. So right now I would say maybe next set with the support of the starter deck it will go higher, but if the starter deck is announcing and the meta is a little bit settled down, I'll make it another tier list for you guys. Blue Flare is getting hell of a support. We getting new cards, we getting a new WarGreymon, we getting a Metal Cyber Launcher as well, with a lot of new Digi-Crossing effects, and I think this suits the deck pretty well and is strong, fast, and can set up memory tamer early with the mem boost, and you have more counter potential or more hitting potential with Metal Greymon X, Greymon, and then pushing forward in Japan and hit some tops. So having it on our side, I would say it is 1.5, not tier 1 necessarily. Like WarGreymon, it's not quite hard. It is tier 1. It is a hell of a broken card, and that's the reason why it is meta, because we having, I show you guys, a lot of support for the deck. We have a new Agumon X antibody. X antibody threats are pretty OP. You can search this card. Then we have the Greymon, that inheritable is pretty neat. and as well as the effect that you cost reduce 1 for each color, so you would cost 2. Then we having the WarGreymon X antibody, what is hell strong of a card, as well as the main character card like WarGreymon X. And we have as well the new tamer that is pretty bonkers. Let me show you guys, it is here. Yuya, start of your turn is a memory tamer, and when one of your Digimon devolves into a Digimon with Greymon in its name, by suspending this tamer, that Digimon gets plus 2000 until the end of your opponent's turn. If it devolves into a Digimon with the same level, that the Digimon isn't affected by opponent's cards until the end of your turn. So Mastermon having a rough matchup versus this one, and it's the reason when it's unsuspending itself, you can trash one security, and then you have like effect saving from X antibody as well as Cool Boy for getting higher into the deck. It's like ridiculous strong. Machinedramon, so Chaosdramon, Machinedramon deck, getting support as well. The problem is with the deck that you need to have the cards. You're getting new Gigadramon level 5. You're getting some machines you can put into, and some new cool cards like a new tamer. It is Analog Men. Start of your turn by touching 1 level 5 card of Cyborg threat in your hand. Game memory, draw 1. When an opponent's Digimon attacks player, by suspending this tamer, switch a target to one of your level 6 Digimon machine threats. It is pretty okay getting support. It need to be played skillfully and with a lot of cards in the hand. So I think it is playable but not meta, because you need to draw the specific cards you need, and I think it suits well there. Darkdramon, Commandramon Rush, Darkdramon lists are not quite contended as they should be. Rush is not right now what we want to have in the meta, and I think it is playable deck. I don't know. I think it's not fast enough like Blue Flare. It can come through Mastermon, and Black WarGreymon has blocker and hell of a threats as security bombs. And I think this deck not coming or not seeing any light versus the meta right now. Like Dark Knightmon, I would say maybe next set. This deck was like played some tournaments and got some little bit of tops. It is a nice synergy, hitting all the time. Its staff have a lot of surge power, but getting not as much support as they want to, and not coming through the meta. I think it suits maybe next set. Dragons. Dragons is pretty nice. Had a lot of effects, but sadly a little bit niche of tops at locals and some of the tournaments. So you have a dragon Digivolve, you can evolve when you not popping something with the effect, but they're gaining not support for the next set. So I think this deck is right now where it is, and it is still playable, but playable more than Alpha and Darkdramon. It is pretty nice if you set up a lot of Hinas and doing the same effects and re-able the effects from Volcanic Dramon and Metallic Dramon, then it's pretty strong. A hell of a threat to deal with the deck, because they can search a lot of times with the deck, and it's pretty nice. Then we have Examon. Examon, I play this deck a lot, but you have the problem that you are getting punished from Metallica and Bloomlockmon, and these decks are above you. And this deck getting not support as we want to. We're getting a new Dracomon, a little bit of a support, so not as what I want to, but a new Dracomon. Digivolve new from BT11. Once per turn when you play another Digimon with Dramon in its name, Blue Flare, draw 1. Once per turn, your turn, when you play another Digimon with Dramon in its name, you gain a Blue Flare, you gain more memory. So it's Blue Flare again. You can play the Dracomon as an Examon. It is a nice card to have, and you can deal with the Black WarGreymon matchup a little bit, and with the Gaioumon matchup. So I will put it as a tier 1.5, because these decks are right now above it. If we talk to Metallica, we can do Metallica as well. Gaioumon is really fast, really strong, can come over BlackRockemon if they brick, if they fast and find the combo really much and destroying a lot of decks, but having problems to deal with Examon and with Mastermon decks, so having like rough matchups as well. Not every matchup is favorite for you, but this deck you can play from its come out till now is like ridiculous. This deck got not any hits or something like that. Yeah, Gaioumon decks, specifically not with BlackRockemon, just Gaioumon decks, like specifically going for Gaioumon. I think the X-Antibody Gaioumon deck is pretty funny. You can still play it, but I think you should go to evolve into BlackRockemon X. Gaioumon, played by one of our teammates, Frozen, greetings going out. Der Lanzenmann, we call him, the Landsman. He's put a lot of thoughts in this deck, and it's pretty funny to see how fast it comes with the Bloomlordmon matchup, but Bloomlordmon is not much played as we saw, and you going through a lot of good matchups and destroying big threats is pretty nice. I think it is considered to be tier 1 1.5 if he gets a good list out. But I think it has a lot of rough matchups in the meta, and it's the reason why it didn't come so high, and I'm not seeing quite a support as it should be. Maybe with the Royal Knight support, it goes up. Grandis, tier 1 contender. Grandis, huge deck, suspending your threats and then dealing and then doing a lot of damage is pretty pog. It's pretty nice. We love to seeing it. And since as we are having all the key cards and Okuwamons are not quite hitting, Max Tepera had his first tournament as well, winning with this deck, and his deck list saw like suitable, so you can test it out as well. And I think, for my opinion, a lot of people will play this deck, so Grandis will have more opportunity to win something, and if they're faster than Metallica, you can go over it. You can suspend the Examon, but then the Examon effect will be triggered. Suspend his is a problem that Examon can deal with some decks in the meta as well, and they have problems of sack bombs. If they hit in sack bomb and they don't get a stack out or draw a lot of cards, they need to deck go thinner and thinner, and then you lose. So these are suitable matchups you have as well, and you need to think of playing versus them, so be careful of. 4 great dragons. The greatness of the dragons was not important in the name, so I can't suit it in the tier list. Maybe next set with some support. Didn't see it, didn't play with it, but I think it do nothing. Bloomlordmon, getting support. We having a new Palmon we getting. That of the turn draw 1 is pretty nice, and some of the players play the Digimon start of your turn gaining more memory, so we have a little bit of niche support in the set, some cards coming out again, and for me I think as well it is near tier 1, have some rough matchups with Metallica, Grandis as well, if the suspend something are faster, but you can deal as well with BlackRockemon or Metallica when you're faster. Like for me, I will say we go with the tier lists like this right now. I think that's more suited to do more decks in tier 1 because they are pretty much broken, for my opinion. And let's continue with Imperialdramon. My heart are bleeding. This deck is like, it did nothing in the DNA version of it. And the normal version, some people play it in Examon and do some stuff with Examon and Imperialdramon and mix them together to having some lists. But I think this deck is playable, but it's still maybe next set you can do. For my opinion, Eosmon, like it gets support right now in SD13, and I think I can do. It's still playable, but it have rough times with the sports states, and Examon is a hell of a threat of a card for him as well as for Bloomlordmon. And like these decks having like huge stacks out, promoting one at a time and want to kill, But if you have your GX combo really fast, but you need a lot of setup, and fast decks or fast OTK decks was your problem, like Shoutmon was before he got that nerf. So my option. Armor Rush is for me a deck that can always shine, because they have sometimes really fast with the Vmons evolving and like doing a lot of security checks. And if you're like a little bit of pricking or don't see your line, it is pretty broken. So I will do it at Rogue. It can closely to kill you, what is pretty nice. We did Mummymon. I don't know why this is here. Mummymon loop. We have both time. I don't know. Mummymon is, I think, the not X antibody. The Shoutmon Merva retaliation loop deck. In Japanese, it got a little bit of played off and had a lot of tops with it, but they have X4 as a 4-off, so they can answer really fast of things. Till with 1, I think it is still playable, and you can do stuff with it, but I think you need the X4 multiple times. I think T1.5 is the Shoutmon X7, because it's pretty broken. Having a huge stacks can deal something, but the problem is you can't deal with other decks when they faster. You lose with Grandis because you can suspend your blockhead, swing over it. Like Metallica, they can bounce it. Like Lordmon, they can suspend it and do something. Examon is a huge threat of a card. You need to Hulumon in X7 to kill it, but they have evade as well. Blue Flare is a little bit faster than you because they need not much combo potential, combo pieces like you, but if you have them faster, then you're better. You're having a rough time with the deck, and versus Black WarGreymon, if they have the WarGreymon X, boost themselves up. The card says you can destroy the same DP or equal, and says 30,000, so they are 15. And then you're sitting there thinking about, yeah, buddy, I wasted my time. That's the thing, what we having, or what I've seen in playtesting. Merva loop, Merva loop, you can play it as well. Loops are pretty potential in things. I would say loop is for me as well a rogue deck, because it's not like, have not like expected so much in the meta, but maybe it can and shine. If you get your loop out and are pretty fast and can deal with tier 1 contester decks, we need to see. Malady Reaper, maybe next set. You sold your job, mother, and did your thing, but I guess you are not do what you want to do right now, because they need a lot of setup and can be OTK'd pretty fast. And with the WarGreymon X, not X, with the WarGreymon, the red black, they can attack unsuspended Digimon. I don't know if you want to play the deck. Venusmon. For me as well, seeing the deck, some plays, hitting hard can destroy things with the DP reduction. I think this is still playable deck. Don't see a lot of things from it, but I think it can do stuff. It can do stuff as well. Sakuyamon, for me as well. If they come out as like Mummymon, the problem is you can, if they do something on your board and you can play through or destroy Tamer, you have a pretty rough time. But if you have your setup and do stuff and evolve and having like all the pieces in your hand, you do crazy things with this deck. It's pretty nice. Ulfos, for me, Ulfos is a tier 1 contender. This deck gets hell of a support. We have a lot of support cards. We having a new Vmon, we having a new Vidramon, we having a new Vidramon, as well as our 6 ninja cards Ulfos that can bounce something up, is pretty nice. And as well we're getting Rina as a secret rare tamer. First time is the out of it. On play until the end of your opponent's turn, one of your Digimon with Vmon and Vidramon gains blocker and evade, so it's pretty nice, it can be destroyed. All turns when one of the Digimon with Vidramon in its name becomes suspended. By suspending this time, activate one of the Digimon and Digivolving effects. You turn once per turn when one of your blue Digimon becomes unsuspended, gain more memory. A lot of effects, hell of a card for free cost. And I think that V-Force is, in my opinion, better than the Gaioumon. Then we don't know if they hit something, bringing a ban list or not. But I think Metallica having rough times with some decks, I will depromote it because you have hell of things. You can bounce a lot of things back with it and have a pretty good matchup versus the Grandis and a bad matchup versus the Black WarGreymon. But still, in the meta, you can do stuff. It's not always like WarGreymon, Grandis, and Gaioumon are T1. We have other decks as well, as I see in the tier list, and maybe not a lot of rough play testing, but I think they're doing a lot of good stuff. Now we having a new, like, not problem kind, like Eosmon, but we have the Demon decks. Like I see, you can include 50 copies cards of this number by suspending the top 3 cards of your deck at one Snatchmon, Destroymon, Galactimon, a Venusmon, and one place for Mummymon. So if you have later on a really huge stacks with some cards. And let me search out the secret rare Galactimon. This is your boss monster. Digimon from 9 from Snatchmon. Your Digimon you might place up to 4 Venmon from your trash under this Digimon, and its bottom the evolution cards. And if there are 8 or more Venmon in this evolution cards, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. All of your turns when this Digimon would leave this battle area are placing 4 Venmon from your Digimon evolution cards at bottom on the owner's deck, prevented from leaving the place out of your main field. Charge the top card of your opponent's security deck. So you want a lot of Venmons and stuff in your graveyard. You have Analog Boy and other things to discard on this deck, and getting a huge stack out is pretty funny. I don't know where to put it right now, so I will put it in Rogue because in Japanese it didn't do so much. It's pretty fun to play, and if you have your huge stack out with a lot of things, you need setup, but setup costs time, and time you don't have because some decks OTK you, and this is the thing why I put in Rogue. WarGreymon X do things as well in the meta, can destroy things, getting memory back, have OTK potential. It's pretty nice, and some decks can not like protect it. Like you have here evade, like I mentioned, you have here evade, you can prevent it from destruction, but versus the other decks, like cannot activate any security effects with the WarGreymon and doing stuff versus Mastermon or versus a high amount of Examon, you're coming through. I would say it is tier 1.5, near tier 1. You can play it, it's pretty strong. We'll keep your eyes on. Examon, for as a fan of Kevin, one of my friends as well, winning it with star championships with this deck. I think it's cool to having like you're getting a Maelstrom option card and stuff like that. It is pretty nice, but not quite much support as you want to have in the set. Yeah, it is like Mirage Gaioumon. I didn't have it either on the list. Maybe next set Mirage Gaioumon I will put at Rogue as well. Or maybe tier 2 still playable, but I guess Venusmon do more than Mirage Gaioumon. So can't really put things in because it don't do so much. It is good, it can bounce something back, but you have so much protection with the WarGreymon and running through Ulfos is faster than you have a lot of problems. Then for the last deck, we have Venusmon. This is all control, security control, Venusmon control, hybrid. I will put it all in one category here because you can split things up. Not quite support getting. We have like, let me check, we have like Megalospark. When you will play this card, use this card if you have a yellow Tailmon play, reduce the cost by 1, main 8,000 CP, so for 4 minus 8,000 is okay. We have here, when you will play this card, if you have a yellow Tailmon play, reduce the cost by 1, when until the end of your opponent's turn, 3 of your opponent's gets minus 1,000 and security minus 1. It's like a little bit of a Rapidmon effect, but you don't have quite support from cards getting into it. So I think security control suits in the meta if you can do something with this. Venusmon is a hell of a card. Angemon, Flame Health, Degrade is the same as Mastermon, but Mastermon do more stuff with the Lucemon. Tamer Destruction, a lot of Tamers are played. This is the reason why this deck shines a little bit more. I would say it is tier 1 and counter some things, but I think you have some problems versus some decks that trashes do stuff like Black WarGreymon. That's the reason why Mummymon have a problem as well. And I think if we find a list to prevent all the things, because when Grandis hits through your security and you don't have a sack bomb in it, then yeah, you can't do it or you can't win it. I will put WarGreymon as first off and Venus as second, because Venus you win versus Examon, sack bomb broken, sack bomb. This can kills you. Blue hybrid can play around your security like Lance as well. So you have bad matchups as well that are played, but I think in the meta right now the people look like, okay, we have Black WarGreymon. What is good versus Black WarGreymon and what is good versus Grandis versus this? Oh, this deck is good versus both. And then you have like a niche matchup versus Mummymon, but you think, okay, Mummymon are like 100 player on the event. Maybe I get one round or two and then maybe I can spice something up with some cards. It's right now what it is. Maybe we get Bandits or something and this meta will change. But I think for right now it is what it is. We have a lot of hell of a Black WarGreymon contesters. Grandis, for myself, I will build Black WarGreymon, Grandis and Ulfos. Mummymon is one of my friend Leo, one of my best friends Leo playing it. Bloomlordmon, let's see. I have one other friend playing it as well. I'm a fan from control decks and Examon, maybe find this space at the tier 1. We will see. But thank you guys for watching. This was my whole tier list expression to you. I hope you enjoyed and we see us on the next video. Let me know what you thought in your comments. Thank you very much, guys. This is your Zenki. Stay healthy as only.